this episode of Shift. I'm your host, Palmonia Gordon. Thank you for joining us today. Today, I just want to share a little bit of what's coming next week. We're going to have a special interview coming in all the way from Australia with Terry. She's an amazing young woman. She's African by birth. I think she's from Zimbabwe, but don't quote me on that. But then, making the transition, growing up in Australia and just being able to travel the world, and just want her to be able to come in and share that impact with us. Today, I want to talk to us about compliment, giving a compliment. As I was getting ready, I in my head, I'm having these chatter. I've done a clip. If you haven't yet watched it, check it out, talking about how to quiet the negative chatter. But my chatter was, I'm saying to myself in this conversation that I'm great at selling compliment, but I'm not the best at buying it, meaning I give compliments well. But when someone gives me a compliment, I double check, are you talking to me? That used to be a big part of how I operated. Now it's a little bit different. I'm more open and accepting. But as I'm having the chatter and I'm thinking, because I think it was triggered by a post I shared that my daughter, I'm saying to her how beautiful she is, and it doesn't matter what anyone ever tells her, she needs to know that. And then she's listening to me do my affirmation, and I'm telling myself that I'm beautiful, and she goes, Mom, how come you're telling me this, but then you're listening to what other people have said about you? And I said to her, because when I was a child, nobody told me I was beautiful. They, in fact, told me the opposite. They told me I was fat. They told me I was ugly. And I believed all of that growing up. So now I've had to rewire and reprogram by affirming who I am and who I believe myself to be, not what other people have said. So we're looking at compliment and just paying a compliment to people around you, saying hi. And I know culturally for many of us, it's not something that we do well. And even if when we give it, we don't accept it well. Even as I'm speaking it, my mind goes to one of the Shift Nation community. Hey, Christina, very small young lady. She's very petite. I honestly wouldn't want to be as slim as her. But she still doesn't believe that, oh my God, she looks amazing. So it's taking time to recognize what happened, where it happened, what did someone do that brought us to this place where we are so caught up on not accepting who we are and loving ourselves just as we are. I'm in a mastermind group with a couple of the guys from my coaching community. I coach with Bob Proctor. And was it the guy from Australia? No. Netherlands? I don't know. Anyway, we have a global. One of the guy, after we had our group, he shared a message and he said one of the biggest thing he learned when starting to do business was to give someone a compliment. And I go, yeah, that's one of the first thing I learned was when you meet someone, find something about them to compliment. Because what you're doing, you're softening them up, you're opening the door, and it makes them more receptive to what you have to say. When you do this, after a while, it becomes such a part of you because now you are intentional in looking for the good in others. Nice hair, nice skin, nice necklace, nice shirt, nice shoes, nice bag. And I can go on. Nice lipstick, whatever it is. For me, my chatter, I had to break it down and realize that a lot of the areas that I was getting compliment from, even though it was true, because I did have people later on as I became an adult that said to me, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. But of course, I didn't buy it. Why? Because in my mind, I feel there was a sexual undertone. So my thinking is they're not telling me the truth because their aim is to get someplace. And I was reminded that, scripture says he'll use an ass if he has to. So he will use whatever it is that's around us. So when someone gives you a compliment, say thank you. And even as I said, I remember there was someone I had to recently, I said something, I'm like, you know what? Could you just say thank you? And I said, say it again. Thank you. So we want to practice. Someone says, hey, you look great. Thank you. Don't even look behind. Assume it's you. Assume it's you. If it's not you, like, oh, too bad. And you just keep going because you feel great. So you want to accept that compliment. And on the same breath, make sure you're always throwing someone a compliment. Hey, you look great today. Love your shoes. Love your smile. Oh, you make my day. And you do, Shift Nation. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by this episode. We ask that you definitely go in, hit the subscribe button so you can leave us a comment, share the information with a friend. But most of all, like the second hand on the clock, keep taking 60 tiny moves that you can come back tomorrow. Remember to join us as we go to Australia. Coming soon. Bye.